Does my hair look good? Anyway, anyway, guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about Tellarknights. As one person asked for, I asked between Boujin or Tellarknights. One person actually commented, leaving, their answer, which was Tellarknights. Obviously, that's why I'm doing this video. And that person is a beautiful person. You all should aspire to be like this person because you want to be called beautiful like me, from me, okay? Yeah, that's how it's going to work? Okay. So, Tellarknights are an archetype of level 4 light warrior type monsters. So, they have access to Omega and Blade Armor Ninja, which are good at times. Mostly you want to go into their XYZ monsters, which are pretty damn good. All their effects are based off of summoning, so you summon one, you get its effect. You can only activate the effect of one of them per turn, though. So you activate Deneb's effect, you get only that effect per turn. Then you can activate Altair's effect. You only get to activate one of his per turn. You get where I'm going, so you get to activate one Deneb per turn, one Altair per turn, one blah 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 per turn. That's how it's going to go. So, let's get with the first one, Deneb. So Deneb, Tellarknight Deneb, when he's summoned, you search a Tellarknight monster. It's simple as that. You run 3 of him. It's easy. It's the searcher. Up next is Altair. When he's summoned, he basically reborns one from the graveyard in defense position. So his only downside, though, is that only Tellarknights can attack that turn. So that prevents you from doing huge OTK plays with Blade Armor Ninja and Excalibur. And so those are off the table. That's why you usually go into your own XYZ monsters. Up next is the Sham. Sham is when he's summoned, you inflict 1,000 burn damage. So 1,000 burn damage. People, I don't see them running him. I personally run him at 2. He has a Tellarknight name, and he's like he adds that extra pressure to your opponent. They know you have the ability to burn them for 1,000 damage per turn. It's a great aspect of the deck. You need more Tellarknight monsters, so adding him's good. I don't see any downside. Then there's Tellarknight Vega. Vega, when he's summoned, you special summon a Tellarknight from your hand. So let's get back to Deneb, Altair, and Vega. They're the trilogy, basically. They are the bee's knees. One accesses your deck, the other accesses the graveyard, the other accesses your hand. There's not much more that you can ask for in a deck that can access almost every single part except for the Banish Zone. The last one is a Foolish Burial. It's Tellarknight yeah, I can't pronounce that name, if you haven't been able to tell. Excuse me. Basically, he's a Foolish Burial. You send one to the graveyard. People have been running 3 of him. I think he should only be ran at 1. Once you already get Grave Presence with the Tellarknight, you're set up. You don't need more. You want to draw them. You don't want to put all of them in your grave and hope you draw a Soul Charge. It's not how it works. So that's basically the 5. I'm expecting there's going to be a 6th one because all of them are based off of constellations, the XYZs at least. And so far, they all require 3 level 4 monsters. So I'm going to tell you guys about the XYZ monsters now. So the XYZ monsters. XYZ monsters are... one is Delta Theros, Tellarknight Delta Theros. He's a generic level, rank 4, he requires 3 level 4 monsters. When he has a material and your opponent can't activate cards in response to a monster you summoned. So Bottomless, they can't do that. Solemn, they can't do that. Torrential, they can't do that. No response whatsoever. That's amazing. Overlooked a lot of times, but it helps a lot. He also has the effect when you can detach material and destroy 1 card your opponent controls. Can't complain about that. So it's self-explanatory. What sets these XYZs apart, though, is their usually final effect. When they are sent to the graveyard in a way, they get to special summon a Tellarknight from somewhere. Either it be the hand, deck, or graveyard. So Delta Theros accesses the deck and hand. So when he's sent to the graveyard from the field, you can special summon Tellarknight from your deck or hand. Now I'm going to let you guys in on a key thing that people don't usually do. You activate his effect, special summon Altair from your deck or hand, then you can activate Altair's effect, special summon Delta Theros from your graveyard. What makes this good is that you just +1 off of Delta Theros' effect. This is the good part about it. It's great. It's like hands. You know, hands, when they're destroyed, you target a thing, destroy it. That's a 1-for-1 in math. And then you special summon an ice hand or fire hand from your deck. That's a +1 because you just got card advantage by 1 card in hands. Jazz hands. Anyway, so that's basically what I'm getting at here is that at first had a Delta Theros, and now you have an Altair and a Delta Theros. So then you can activate it again. It's not once per turn, so he destroys Delta Theros again, special summon Deneb, activate Deneb's effect, search a card. You just went +1 again. So that's him. He has 2,500 attack, 2,100 defense. And then the next XYZ has the exact opposite stats. 2,100 attack, 2,500 defense. This one is so good. Oh my god. His name escapes me. Hold on, I have it right here. Open. Damn it, DevPro. Yes, I use DevPro over Dueling Network because I don't have to deal with people who say MST negates. It's preference. Anyway, so the new one is Tellarknight Travail. So he's not generic like Delta Theros. He requires 3 level 4 Tellarknight monsters. When he's XYZ summoned, you can pulse everything on the field except for him back to the hand. Yeah, that's a thing. That's pretty good. I'm pretty sure that's good. If I know Yu-Gi-Oh, that's pretty good. With Tellarknights, you usually only have 1 monster on the field anyway, and at least the way I play it, so he's never been a downside to go into him. You just reset your opponent's entire field. They have nothing on their field right now. You just compulse all of it back to their hand. That's great. And then the second effect, it adds insult to injury. You can detach a material to discard a card from their hand now. Let's say they had a hand face down and that's their only card, that's all they're generating their advantage off of, or they're playing artifacts. You sent everything back to the hand, and now you just discard their artifacts or their hands. I think that's pretty good. That's just me, though. That's my opinion. When he's sent to the graveyard and he has a material on him, you can target a Tellarknight monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. So that gets back to the +1 thing. You activate his effect, special summon Altair from your graveyard, activate Altair's effect, special summon Deneb from the graveyard, activate Deneb's effect, search a Tellarknight monster. You just went +2 off of this guy's destruction. Round of applause for Yu-Gi-Oh! Logic. Anyway, so that's it for the monsters right now. I'm assuming they're going to make 1 more main deck monster, and this might be it for the extra deck. You never know, though, with these people, you never know. On to their support cards whatever. So the only Tellarknight exclusive spell or trap that I think is the only good one is Set Tellarknight Factor. It's an equip spell, and you equip it to a Tellarknight you control, and it gains 500 attack and defense. So, okay, that's decent. You gain 500 attack and defense. This is what separates it apart, though. That monster is now unaffected by your opponent's spells or card effects. Just card effects. It's unaffected. Last time I checked, that's pretty good. I'm just saying. This has won me many games against hands artifacts, against the hate deck, whatever. It's won me against Shaddolls. Shaddolls is the only out to that is if they haven't wasted all that monster, that MST's things. It's like the Cosmic Dragon thing, and that's about it. So you basically can just run into all their stuff and not worry about anything. It's pretty good. It's a good card, and I run it at 3. That's about it. You can run 2 to 3 of it. Traps, there's a Gemnite Spark infused with an Infernity Barrier, but it's not that great. I found that every time I drew into it, I didn't want to draw into it. Like I said, you only keep 1 to 2 monsters on the field at a time, and you don't want to give them up. So it's not worth the obvious negation or whatever. So you guys can look it up. It's called Constellation Factor. You tell me your opinion on it, please, and tell me your opinion on anything I discuss in this video. Up next, that's not a Tellarknight card, non-Tellarknight cards, but they work very well with the deck, and it should be ran in it. So you got Summoner Monk, obvious reasons. You don't run a lot of monsters in this deck, like 16, and you basically special summon a Tellarknight from your deck, and you get its effect off. It's as simple as that. Also, Soul Charge and brain fart. Okay, that's called the Haunted. Yeah, that's a card. I'm pretty sure. So Soul Charge is good because you get all their effects off. So they're all if effects. They're ifs. So they don't miss timing. They're ifs. So let me get that straight right away. You chain them whatever way you want. And then Call the Haunted's obviously a good card because you get that free special summon. I'm losing my voice. So that's about it for the monsters. I've only created 2 different decks about these guys. One's the pure variant, which is obviously the best variant. And then the other is a E-Hero build. So you basically can go into the Shining with Neo Alias and all that. And you can use Gemini Spark and all the doodads. It's the hero build's okay too. You guys can check that out. And that's about it right now. That's Tellarknight's, my discussion on them. Please like, comment, subscribe, show your support. I'm in summer school right now. It'll be out in 2 weeks. I'll be able to release more content after that. And it's not because I flunked a class. It's because I need to get government out of the way so I don't have to take it senior year. So peace out, you guys. I'll talk to you later.